Have you ever noticed how we're constantly bombarded with messages saying, happiness is just one purchase away, buy this car, get that phone, own this house, and then you'll be happy. But what if this is untrue? What if the key to lasting fulfillment isn't just in what we own, but also in what we do and what we experience? In this video, we're looking at the happiness equation, thinking about why those fleeting moments of joy that we get from material goods often leaves us wanting more, and how investing in experiences can create a richer, more enduring sense of well-being. I mean, let's face it, the allure of that new purchase is powerful. That initial excitement when you unbox a new gadget or you drive a new car is undeniable. Our brains are wired to seek out rewards, and acquiring new things gives us a temporary rush of dopamine. But here's the catch. That feeling rarely lasts. Psychologists call it the hedonic treadmill, or the adaptation principle. We quickly adapt to our new possessions. What was once novel becomes the new normal. That initial thrill fades, and we're left wanting more, chasing the next thing to recapture that feeling. And I think all of us have been there, myself included. You know, that brand new phone that you were so excited about last year, it's probably just your phone now. Or even on the opposite end of the scale, something massive like that dream house. Eventually it becomes just home. This constant striving for external validation from possessions can become a never-ending cycle, preventing us from appreciating what we already have and actually hindering our long-term happiness. We become like hamsters on the wheel, constantly running, but never actually getting anywhere. And studies back this up. Research shows that while material purchases provide that temporary boost in happiness, that effect is often short-lived. Experiences, on the other hand, tend to have a much more profound and lasting impact on our well-being. I mean, think about a truly memorable trip that you took, a challenging skill that you mastered, a time that you shared laughter and connection with loved ones, or a moment of awe that you felt in nature. These moments become woven into the very fabric of our identity. They create lasting memories and stories that we can revisit for years to come. Unlike possessions, which are external to us, experience becomes a part of us. They shape who we are. They contribute to our personal growth, strengthen our relationships, and create a sense of meaning and of purpose. For example, learning a new language can open up entire new worlds and new perspectives, or volunteering for a cause that you believe in provides a deep sense of fulfillment and connection to something larger than ourselves. Even seemingly simple experiences like a barbecue or a picnic with some friends can create lasting bonds and memories that far outweigh that fleeting joy of a material purchase. Experiences often trigger more intense and varied emotions. The anticipation leading up to an experience, the joy and excitement in doing it, and the memories that we're left afterwards create a longer lasting emotional impact than the acquisition of a material good. Experiences frequently involve sharing with others, shared moments that strengthen our relationships, create a sense of belonging, and provide us with valuable social support. They also contribute to our sense of identity. They help us define who we are and what we value. The stories we tell about our experiences become a part of our personal narrative. They're also less prone to social comparison. You know, it's easy to compare the size of your house to your neighbor's, but it's much harder to compare the joy that you felt while hiking in the mountains to somebody else's experience. This reduces feelings of of envy and dissatisfaction in our lives, leading again to greater overall well-being. Alright, so now we understand why experiences are so valuable, but how do we actually start making that shift in our daily lives? It's not always easy in a world that constantly pushes us to consume, a world that seemingly equates possessions with happiness. So it really comes down to a conscious re-evaluation, a bit of a mindset shift to what really brings us and you lasting joy. So when we have some extra resources, a bit of extra money, maybe we can start asking ourselves, what's an experience that would genuinely enrich my life right now? It's about being a bit more intentional with our time and our resources, thinking about your personal values, what truly matters to you. The key here is to prioritize experiences that are meaningful to you, that align with your values and your interests, that provide these opportunities for connection, for growth, for joy, and most importantly, in my opinion, to develop a deeper sense of purpose. Often our most meaningful experiences align directly with our core values. So instead of that impulse purchase, could that money be better spent? Maybe a weekend getaway with your family or with some friends, a workshop or a class that sparks your creativity, or maybe tickets to see your favorite band. It also involves being more present in our day-to-day. We don't always need grand adventures to have meaningful experiences. Sometimes it's simply about savoring the small moments, a beautiful sunset, a heartfelt conversation, a delicious meal shared with your family. It's about being fully engaged in what's happening right now, rather than constantly thinking about the next thing that we need to acquire. So, whilst it is, of course, important to invest and save your money, the happiness equation, as we've seen, is pretty clear. Experiences often provide a greater and more lasting return on your investment than only material possessions. They enrich our lives in ways that things simply can't. Now, I'd love to know, what's an experience that you've had that you think brought you more joy and more fulfillment than any possession? Share your stories in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to create a life with minimal regrets and that's rich in memories. Thank you for watching, and until then, I will see you next time.